Feeling good. I'm now very honored to introduce Dr. Philip Young.
Doing well tonight, and I'm glad you're all here, and I'm glad we're able to make it on a night when it wasn't freezing cold and snow was falling down. So I'm happy that most of you were able to make a change to make it to this evening. My name is Philip Young. I am a professional spiritual advisor, and I have been working full-time at this particular profession since 2013. A lot of people ask me when they see my name with the PhD after what my PhD is in. It is in English from UNC Greensboro. Another lifetime ago. In fact, it was 20 years plus that I actually earned that degree, and I taught for almost 15 years at the university level, and then I retired to be a stay-at-home father. My daughter is now 13, and I'm still staying home and taking care of her. It's nice to have a job that I can work from home. So I'm excited for you to be here and to be able to do this presentation, and what I want to be able to talk with you about is the upcoming year. So this is going to be a two-part presentation, and the first part is going to be looking at the United States chart and the transits that are going on and talking about what we can expect this year with regard to basically the influences that are presented astrologically. Now, I see a lot of faces that I recognize, so I know a lot of people in the room have had their chart done, but I want to find out who here has not had a professional full chart reading done. Raise your hand if you have not had a professional full chart reading done. Okay. The second part of this presentation is going to be an explanation of how that's done, and I'm going to show you some charts from people who sent their charts in to me. The first three were the ones that I were going to use. I ended up getting, I think, about 28 or 29 contributions. So I will talk with as many of them as I can to show you how a chart reading is done, and then I will also show you just what you're looking at visually when you encounter an astrology chart. So to get started with, I want to take you through a PowerPoint presentation, and the presentation is going to basically provide me a sort of skeleton to talk about what's kind of coming up with this particular year. Now, how many people are glad that 217 is done? Anybody glad with 217 being done? I definitely fall in that category. It's an amazingly transformative year. All right. So, okay. All right. So, go ahead and advance to the next slide if you would for me. So, this is the chart of the United States, and the most commonly used one is the Sibley chart, and it was cast for 5:10 p.m. on July 4th, 1775. And what this is about is, what is the sort of intention of 1776, the intention of this chart layout for the United States, and then how are things affecting this particular energy. So this is, in many ways, the United States birth. Is considered the birth of the United States. If you'll advance to the next slide for me, Kim. So what you're looking at with this now is a chart in the middle that is the U.S. chart, and then on the outside of the chart are the positions of those points that are in effect right now today. So if you look in the left-hand side where that fancy 4 is on the outside, that's the symbol for Jupiter. And then coming down the chart on the left-hand side, you'll see a fancy H on the outside. That's Saturn. Below that is Pluto. Coming around is Neptune, which looks like a trident. The key symbol is Chiron. The circle with the arrow going down is Eris. And then right next to that is Uranus. So these are the major points that are influencing energy and where they're influencing the United States chart thematically. So Jupiter right now is moving through the area of the chart that has to do with spirituality. That's the 12th location out of 12 segments in a chart. So a chart is broken down into 12 segments based on a time, and then it is cast for a location, and this is the result that you get is this particular layout is a two-dimensional representation of the solar system at the moment that that chart was created.